this young man to get after it here tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Vucevic, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Edwards. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Adebayo in at the 4. And for the Thunder, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. Well, Greg, we know tonight marks the end of the year, the calendar year, but we're still in the thick of this NBA season.
No doubt, Kevin. And for teams that aren't doing as well, this is a good opportunity to reset. Leave all your troubles in last year and usher in the new one with a new mindset.
And the shot is good.
Boy, great take by Edwards, making the correct decision in the pick and roll there.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Last game with 30 points. Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren with it. There's the 3. Vucevic with the rebound. Holmgren against Adebayo. Vucevic setting the pick for Edwards. And then Vucevic slams it in.
Boy, so smart and relentless on the offensive glass. Seems to me that Vucevic has that extra sense of tracking down missed shots. Seems to just have a nose for the ball.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now, here's Dort. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Baseline try. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's Edwards. Pass to Adebayo. Adebayo with the screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And Holmgren pulls it down.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Adebayo with a screen for Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Anunoby against Williams. Just 4 to shoot. Edwards inside. He doesn't hit that one. Nice defense from Dort.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Anunoby. Jacks up a 3. Good on the three-point shot. Williams has got a couple of threes now in the first with the Thunder.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Adebayo. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That is his first foul of the game. Alex Caruso is checked in for Oklahoma City. Minnesota also with the sub. Miles McBride's checked in for Edwards. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Back to DiVincenzo. No good on the 3. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Thunder. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
Now, here's Dort. Still without a basket. Shot clock at 6. Outside Williams. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Boy, as he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Caruso against DiVincenzo. Anunoby has the open look. They can't stop the run with that one. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking. They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Right now, I send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Daigneault said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. You know, David, he is fearless. And now, a developing story in the NBA. Let's now go live to Shams Charania, who is checking in with the details. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks, guys. Tonight, the story from Utah with the development for the Jazz. They recognize they had to round out their offense, and I'm told they're bringing in Zach LaVine. That's a major weapon for this team. It's a big move for this franchise, and it signifies their intent to be aggressive moving forward.
Thank you so much, Shams. We sure appreciate the update.
I like watching Adebayo operate inside. He is so efficient down low.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by Barnes.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And the strength of Barnes right there helps him in a big way. I mean, even when he gets hit, he powers his way through it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year. What a move, showing off the handles there.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. It's good from long range.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And so it's Oklahoma City bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Thunder?
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
They've got Cason Wallace. Harrison Barnes is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Caruso in at the 3. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Now, here's Olynyk. A 14-point game for him in the win against San Antonio. And stolen by Caruso. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
McBride with the ball. Gilgeous-Alexander covering.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Yeah, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead has got down to 5 on the bucket from Alexander Walker.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, the Timberwolves in second place.
And I think for Minnesota, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
And that one's good, Barnes. So, Clark, the last couple NBA seasons featuring 14 of the top 15 team offensive ratings in league history.
You know, I think that's testament to the skill level of the players. And certainly you hear some coaches talk about defense being legislated out of the game. It is an entertaining product. That's part of the drive for more offense. But I guess I could agree that there does need to be maybe a touch more balance and not so tilted toward the offense.
Now, here's Reed. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the call will go against Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul for the Thunder. Hartenstein's checked in for Wiggins, and it's Dort in for Wallace. And then for Minnesota, Vucevic comes in for Olynyk, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Miles McBride. Now, here's DiVincenzo. He had 19 points in the win against San Antonio.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
Caruso with the ball. Defended by Alexander Walker. Dort a screen on DiVincenzo. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. It's good from the top of the key. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Guys, thanks. The Thunder, last season's top seed in the West, but they didn't rest on their laurels. They traded for a lockdown defender in Alex Caruso and signed hard-charging big man Isaiah Hartenstein. With their improvements, this is a team set to continue its upward trajectory. They have tons of draft capital moving forward and a ton of upside.
Big moves indeed. Okay, Shams, thanks for the report. So it's the Timberwolves now. The Thunder making the shot. Alexander Walker passes to Edwards. Reed with a screen on Dort. That's tipped. And now, in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Anthony Edwards.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And the Thunder with some changes. Holmgren comes in for Alex Caruso. And Jalen Williams is subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Timberwolves making a change here. That free throw missing.
And you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. He takes it in. DiVincenzo passes to Anunoby. A three-pointer off the mark. The Thunder leading by 10. Up top, Dort hasn't made one yet. Here's Holmgren. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Shoot 2.
Free throw good. Adebayo.
And you watch Adebayo, he really has everything you could ask for from that 4-5 position. Not a stretch big per se, and that's partly why he shoots such a high percentage.
Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Adebayo drops them both.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead. Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now, here's Anunoby. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to DiVincenzo. Puts up a deep three. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. It's their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Exactly. They split the series. Greg.
Finger on the like